Life in the Central Virginia region, now known as RVA, is pretty, well, livable. That is, it is fairly easy to get around, to move from one point in your life to another point, from home to work to shopping. Connecting the various dots in our lives is not particularly difficult or time-consuming. Most would agree that it's always been that way, and it is important that life here in RVA remains livable. And thanks to the impact of the programs and services from RideFinders, the Richmond region is well positioned to remain a livable and mobile community for decades to come. Today, we have about 1.2 million living in Central Virginia. Looking ahead, experts predict we will have 1.5 million in just a few years. Before we know it, our region will have 25% more citizens, each connecting the dots in their own lives, moving from home to work and back again, 5 days a week. What might happen then to our quality of life? Right now in RVA, almost 9 out of 10 people rely on their own cars as their primary mode of travel. We can't build 25% more lanes or roads to handle 25% more people. We need to rely on other solutions. Solutions like those provided by RideFinders, the RVA's designated Transportation Demand Management Agency. Transportation Demand Management, or TDM, is about moving people from point to point, not simply moving cars from point to point. The goal of TDM is to reduce the number of single-occupancy vehicles on the roadways, and not just at peak times, like rush hour, but all day, every day, by encouraging people to use other means: public transit, van pool, rideshare, bicycle, walk, or telework. That is the mission of RideFinders.
Most people in Central Virginia who are familiar with RideFinders think all we do is ride sharing and van pooling programs, but those are only two components of our range of TDM services.
RideFinders operates successful ride matching and van pool programs. Would you believe it coordinates 137 different van pools across the region? But it also implements the Emergency Ride Home program, operates a popular commuter store in downtown Richmond, promotes teleworking as a business strategy, runs the Employer Commuter Choice program, and the RideFinders.com website resource. Its newest program is the Green Ride program, which provides real-time ride matching within the carpool and van pool communities.
Our TDM programs are a key part of the transportation infrastructure in Central Virginia, now and certainly for the future as we grow.
The role RideFinders plays moving people across RVA already has a dramatic and measurable impact on quality of life across the region. For example, their efforts have reduced the number of single-occupancy vehicle trips on RVA's roadways by over 5,700 cars every workday. That's how many cars pass by Main Street Station, southbound on Interstate 95 in downtown Richmond during a typical rush hour.
The daily impact RideFinders is having on our city and region is exactly why they were designated our region's TDM agency. Helping people find other ways to work beyond simply getting in their own cars and driving is an important part of this community's long-term plan. The more people and companies that embrace and use RideFinders programs, the better for us all.
Every year, the RideFinders programs help 11,400 people find convenient, cost-saving, and sustainable travel options for work and non-work trips. One example is the Telework Virginia program, funded by DRPT and administered by RideFinders. It is a favorite of businesses.
We participate in RideFinders Telework Virginia program, and we qualified for their grant funding. That enabled us to acquire 20 laptops and other related equipment so our employees can work from home at least one day a week. I love the program so much, I even telework one day a week.
Across the region, employers are always looking for ways to attract and keep talented, well-educated people. Educators like us do our part, and the Commuter Choice program from RideFinders helps because it enables employers to offer a tax-free benefit to workers who commute by bus or carpool.
Other impacts of RideFinders can be found in the air we breathe. Annually, the RideFinders programs reduce carbon dioxide emissions, greenhouse gases, by 33.8 million pounds here in RVA.
I ride my bike to work, I take the bus, and I hitch a ride with my friends if I really need a helping hand. I can tell you that it would take a whole lot of extra effort, but it really doesn't. With their help and the help of the people I meet on RideFinders.com, I always know I can get around.
Going forward, RideFinders has joined with the 2015 World Road Cycling Championships, being held in RVA.
Partnering with RideFinders is natural for Richmond 2015, the Cycling World Championships. The global focus and attention coming to this event in the Richmond area provides a great opportunity for us to encourage more companies and people across the region to embrace the benefits of cycling. Cars are just one answer, not the only answer.
RideFinders, helping manage transportation demand all across the region, improving life in RVA in a surprising number of ways.